Rightio, morning, how's it doing? Tipping it down here in Leicestershire. Anyway, not going to worry about that because we're going to have a really nice, warm, nutritious meal today that's really healthy and really filling. Because I don't know about you, when it's cold, even during the summer months, I want something to fill me up. Now, I'm making turkey rissoles, dead easy. Now, rissoles sounds like a bit of a rude word, I know. But all rissoles are, if you've never heard the word, is they are kind of rugby-shaped meatballs, okay? And I'm making them with turkey mince. All right, you can make them with pork and beef if you want, whatever you want, but I'm doing it with turkey mince, and I'm doing it specifically with 2% turkey mince, because 2% turkey mince is really low in fat. And we want to reduce the amount of sat fats that we're taking into our diet, don't we? We want to save the sat fats for the odd bit of cake, don't we? Right, okay, so that goes into it. Also in the rissoles, 1 medium onion, and that's got to be finely minced, all right? You've not even got to know it's there, it's just there for flavour. We're going to put in 3... These are small rounds, so if you've got 2 rounds of bread, now I'm using brown bread only because it's what I've got. If you've got white bread in, you can use white bread. So it's about 7-8 points worth of bread if you want to stick it on your scales. We're also going to put in there a bit of this stuff. This is mixed dried herbs, all right? So we're going to put in got about 2 teaspoons of that on average, and some salt and pepper. Right, so that's what's going to go into these first of all. So we're going to make these. I'm going to crack on and make these because it's quite a timely process and we want to get it done and dusted, don't we? And then when I've done that, I'm going to leave them to cook in the pan, and then I'm going to crack on with making the sauce that goes with them. Okay, so that's 750 grams of turkey mince. Now with this, I've just washed my hands, by the way. You get your hands in. All right, okay, so just give it a bit of a mix up. Okay, grab your onion, so 1 medium onion, and what you're going to do is just chop this, first of all, just chop it so it's in lumps, and then, well, if you haven't got one of these contraptions or you haven't got a food processor or something, you can just chop it really small, but I'm lazy. So what I do, I use one of these things. I got this from Aldi a few years ago. It was only about £5. So I'm going to use that in a minute. Before I do that, with this contraption as well, before I start doing that, I'm going to make some breadcrumbs. Shut my drawer. Okay. So I'm going to do this in stages. So it's going to be a bit noisy now, so my apologies for that. But you can't have cooking without a bit of noise. Got my 1980s earrings on. I'm going back to the 1980s, isn't it? What you do is each time you make some of these, you pop them into your bowl. You don't put the blade in there as well like that. I'm going to use this, I am today. Right, okay. So just pop the lid on again. Do those. When did I start dancing like my mother? Okay, again, pop them into your bowl with the turkey mince. Now, why do we need breadcrumbs in these? Because turkey mince, if you cook it, and you just cooked a ball of turkey mince, would be like an hard ball. It would be blooming horrible. All right, so you need them, number 1, for flavour, but mostly for texture. All right, and hence why we're putting these onions in as well. Love a bit of onion. What, would you ever eat a burger without onion? Like I say, if you haven't got one of these contraptions, all you do is chop it. Probably a bit more time consuming, but who gives a damn? We've got loads of time on our hands at the moment, haven't we? These are something as well that you can make well in advance. So you could make your turkey, you could make them and freeze them on their own if you wanted to. You can actually do this recipe and put tomato sauce with it. So like you do a bit of passata and garlic and things like that, and have them with pasta. Just make them into little meatballs. So this that I'm doing now is really versatile. Also makes banging burgers. All right. So I've got all those in. The next thing I'm going to pop in, just check, make sure I've remembered, is about 2 teaspoons of dried mixed herbs. Again, it seems like quite a lot, but you've got quite a bit of turkey mince here. 2 teaspoons dried mixed herbs. They go in there like so. And that's it, isn't it? So that's what goes into here. Yeah, I forget because I haven't done them for a few weeks. I want to get it right for you. Okay, so literally, got to get my hands in there now and give it a good pummeling. Think about somebody you don't like. Somebody who's upset you during lockdown. Could it be Boris? Could it be Trump? Who knows? It could be anybody really, couldn't it? Okay, so you've got to you've got to make sure that all the breadcrumbs are evenly dispersed. Oh, it's making my eyes water. Gonna be crying. No other reason, I'm not sad today. No other reason that these onions are really strong. Okay. Right, okay. Alright, so what you do now is you divide this into 12. Why I'm dividing it into 12, because you want them to be equally sized. If you want to, you could get your scales out and weigh them. But do you know what? I can't be bothered. Why I'm doing that, I've got my pan here. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a big frying pan. And I've got some of this. This is canola oil. You get it from Costco. It's brilliant. Okay, it's literally a type of rapeseed oil, so it's really low in fats. So I'm going to divide this in two first of all, because this is how I do it in my head. I like a bit of maths. Let's have a look. So I do that, yeah, okay. Then I divide that again, because this is going to be for 4 people. Okay, so that's 4 equal portions. Can you see what I'm doing? There's method in my madness, you know. There really is. There really is. And then I'm going to divide those into 3. Okay. So hopefully we've got 12 meatballs, if my maths works out right. Yeah, I'm not the brightest. Then what you do is, there's a technique to this. It took me years to master it. You don't need any egg or anything in this to bind it, because turkey mince is really quite sloppy, would be the word I uses. So you roll them into balls like that, and then just before you put them in the pan, you do that with them. Now the shape that you should be looking for, I've got a big chunk of onion there, shape that you should be looking for, and if you get them in the palm of your hand and do that, it's like a rugby ball. Can you see that? Okay, so I've got my oil here. What I'm going to do, I'm just browning them. It doesn't matter if they're not cooked through. It helps if you've got it switched on, Sue. Right, okay, so again, roll them like that. Roll them into the rugby ball type shapes. You can do that with the palms of your hands like that, and then drop them into that little bit of oil that you've got there, which is obviously, it's canola oil, so it's really good oil. You can use this stuff fry light, but you know what? It ruins your damn pans, doesn't it? Get like a residue on it. All right, so I'm going to carry on doing those. I'm going to come back with the brown and show you, and then I'm going to show you how to make the sauce. See you in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So we've got those, they are all brown. So, well, just brown on the outside. It doesn't matter. Like I say, they're not going to be cooked because they're going in the oven. All right, can you see those? So they've just got that brown. We need that bit of caramelisation on them for a bit of flavour. And what you do, you grab your rissoles and you stuff them in your casserole dish. Now, if you've got one with a lid on, that's fab. But I haven't got one with a lid on because I broke it. So if anybody wants to donate me one, then please feel free to do. So, yeah. So I'm just going to pop my rissoles into here. So like I say, it's made 12 rissoles. Okay, see those ain't lovely then? Oh, smell gorgeous. Right. So what you do next, I'm just going to give this pan a bit of a swell, just a bit of a tiny bit of water in it, that's all. I'm not throwing away any of that because it's good stuff. All right. It's got the flavour in it, hasn't it? It's wrapped without my knife. Okay. So what you do next, you get your onions and chop 2 medium onions, and you chop them and you leave them pretty chunky, because this is going to be for the onion gravy that goes with the rissoles. Alright, so I'm kind of making this now. Only takes a few minutes to do. This is so quick and easy. Honestly, it's when all my kids were little and I wanted something that I could bung in the slow cooker or in the oven and get all the jobs done. This is what I did. Alright, so they're all bought up in these. That's why they're all 6'2" now and strapping lads. And none of them have got a weight problem. Funny, isn't it? Right. Amazing. Because they just eat good food. Like they don't want. My kids never used to have loads of sweets either when they were little. They were brought up having fruit. Okay, so you can see how chunky I am making those onions. Like that. Okay, I've got my pan over here. So I'm going to put those onions into the pan. Remember, it's got that little bit of water in it, don't matter. I don't want to put any more fat in this because it don't need it. You can put a bit of spray fat in there if you want, but honestly, there is no need at all. Measuring jug. Let's get that going. So they're going to kind of just simmer away and start to cook in the water, just in a bit of water. Right, okay. Jug. Good old Bisto. Use any gravy powder. Just because what I picked up the other day. Wasn't it awful when you couldn't get hold of any of this stuff, like baking powder? Like rocking horse poo, won't it, for a while? Right, okay, so we have teaspoon. I always use measuring spoons because it's a good way of staying in control of what you're doing. So all you do is, I want heaped though. So I want 8, because I'm making a pint of gravy, heaped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 for all. There you go. And what I'm going to do, top this up, just go over to my posh tap thing over here. Just bear with me, I will be back with you in 2 ticks. Now, it says on the thing that you make, this makes a pint of gravy, right? Just put in about 1.25 pints of water, all right, because this is going to go in the oven, and it's quite thick anyway. In fact, about 1.5 pints. Thinking about it, let's have a look. I just do it, you see. Well, you know, when you do these things for years and years, you don't even have to think about them, do you? So about 1.5 pints. That's it, that's the 1.5 pints. So I've got my onions that are cooking in there. What I add to this now is this stuff. Tomato puree, I'm not going to measure it. 1 tablespoon of tomato puree goes in there. That's another bit of flavour, isn't it? A big pinch, because remember this is feeding 4, salt. 1 of these things, which is your chicken stock, and pop that in there. Just don't want to. And just a couple of slugs of this. Good old Worcester sauce. Right, okay, a couple of slugs. About a tablespoon. It's about a tablespoon, isn't it? And give it another stir. And you use your measuring spoons because you don't want to do loads of washing up. Right, and you pour it into the onions. And you'll hear that lovely sizzle. Just get a bit of water to get this out because it's on the bottom. That's all right. And what you do, you leave that, you bring that back to boil. So I do need another spoon. Bring that back to boil. Right, so you make sure all those ingredients are combined in there. Dead easy. It's got to be easy. It's got to be quick because I'm a busy woman. Got loads to do. Right, last thing that I'm going to put in here. And if you know me, you'll know I love lots of this. And you know what? I keep saying it, don't I? Those of you that don't like black pepper, I bet you don't eat flour, but you eat cake. It's an ingredient, isn't it? Okay, and it gives it just that edge, that bit of a bite. You know when you're taking that gravy in and it's lovely. I'm going to serve this tonight with some mashed potatoes and some nice vegetables. Can't wait. I'm looking forward to it already. Now, those onions don't have to be completely cooked because they're going in the oven, all right? Like I say, if you want to stick this in a slow cooker, you can do that too. So you can pop it into a slow cooker. In an oven, it's 180 degrees for about an hour, okay? If you're sticking it in the slow cooker, just bung it in on medium for about 4 hours. If you want to put it on low, you can leave it in all day. All right, okay. So hope that helps. I'll give you a photograph of everything when it's done as well. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pour this into said casserole dish that hasn't got a lid. And then I'm going to cover it in foil just before I want it later. I'm going to cover it, look at that, just fits so. Can you tell I've done this a few times? I'm going to cover it and then put it in the oven at 180 for an hour just before I want it. So you could leave it to cool down on the surface, cover it up, stick it in the fridge, then put it in the oven later if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. So it's one of those dishes you can prepare in ahead. Now, it's only me and the old man eating tonight, so there's 2 portions of this that are going to be frozen. So it's also freezer friendly. How good is that? Get in there. Okay, see you later. So here you go, turkey rissoles with onion gravy. They're absolutely delicious. Look at that. Beautiful. Enjoy.